Next is the question 2, part A. Find the first three terms in the expansion in ascending powers of x of, in the bracket, 2 plus 3x, end of bracket, to the power of 4. So we are going to do this by using the Pascal Triangle theorem, which is if a plus b to the power of 0, the coefficient here would be 1. A plus b to the power of 1, that will give us two terms with the coefficients of 1. And if a plus b to the power of 2, it's also 1 here, and then we plus 1 and 1 here to get 2. Then we end the line with 1 again. So if you can see, it's starting to look like a triangle. A plus b to the power of 3. This is 1. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 2 plus 1 is also equal to 3. And then we end the line with 1. Lastly, a plus b to the power of 4. That's also 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And then we end the line with 1 also. So yeah, this is the Pascal triangle. So apparently, we're using the a plus b to the power of 4, as the question also stated here that is to the power of 4. You see? Yeah, so we're gonna put the a to the power of 4 here, a to the power of 3, a to the power of 2, a to the power of 1, and a to the power of 0. That's is equal to 1, and I'm not going to write it down. Then we're going to write the b to the power of 4, b to the power of 3, b to the power of 2, and b to the power of 1. And b to the power of 0 is also equal to 1, so I'm not going to write it down. Yeah, that is how the Pascal triangle works. And now we're going to substitute the a with 2 here. And we're gonna substitute the b with 3x here. So it is a to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. And then 4 times 2 to the power of 3, and also times 3x, that would be equal to 96x. And the third term is 6 multiplies by 2 to the power of 2 multiplies by the 3x in the bracket. That's very important. To the power of 2. And we will get 216x squared. So let's look at the question again. We only need to find the first three terms in the expansion in ascending powers of x. That just means ascending powers of x just mean the powers is increasing from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So as you can see, this is actually the first three terms already, right? And the power of x is actually increasing from x to the power of 0 to x to the power of 1 and x to the power of 2. So it's already the first three terms, and that is our answer. That's it. Let me just answer it in a nicer form. Yeah. To the power of 2. And now we are done with the first part. Let's move on to part B. Find the first three terms in the expansion in ascending powers of x of 1 minus 2x in the bracket to the power of 5. So we're going to use the Pascal triangle again. I'm just gonna cheat here a little bit. Just gonna copy the triangle that I did here. Okay. So we only need one more line, which is a plus b to the power of 5. That's just 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4 is also 10. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. And then we end the line with 1 again. And then we do what we do, right? We put the a and the b into the line. So we start with a to the power of 5, a to the power of 4, a to the power of 3, a to the power of 2, a to the power of 1, a to the power of 0, b to the power of 5, b to the power of 4, b to the power of 2, b to the power of 1, and then b to the power of 0. And yeah, we only do the first three terms of the expansion, right? And so yeah. So next, we're going to substitute a with 1, and we're going to substitute b with minus 2x. Don't forget the minus sign here. It's very important. Okay, so 1 times 1 to the power of 5 is 1. 5 times 1 to the power of 4 times minus 2x, and we will get minus 10x. And for the third term here is 10 multiplies by 1 to the power of 3 multiplies by minus 2x to the power of 2, and we're going to get 40x squared. And that's it. We only have to find the first three terms with ascending powers of x. That would be our answer. Part C. Hence, find the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of this chunk multiplied by this chunk. Okay, let's see. So we're going to use the answer from part A, which is 16 plus 96x plus 216x squared plus whatever that we didn't calculate. Just gonna leave it blank here, 2 blanks. You see, from the first question we didn't calculate the next 2 terms here. So yeah, I'm just gonna write a blank there. So this chunk is being multiplied by the chunk answer in part B, which is here. So it is multiplied by 1 minus 10x plus 40x squared plus something, like there are 3 chunks there. We don't really mind that. The reason why we can actually ignore this term, and these terms is because it's already exceeding x squared. It's already x to the power of 3, and it's going to be x to the power of 4, right? So yeah, you see, it's already exceeding x squared, so we can actually ignore it. And we're going to multiply these 2 brackets in the way that we're going to get the x squared. So let's see. So first of all, 16. We're going to pair it up with 40x squared, because we know that if 16 is multiplied by 40x squared, we're definitely gonna get something x squared. And from the calculator, we are going to get 640x squared. Now let's do the next term. 96x. 96x has to be multiplied with minus 10x in order to get the x squared, right? Because x multiplies by x is equal to x squared. So that's gonna equal to a minus 960x squared. Next, I'm going to pair 216x squared to 1. So we're going to get plus 216x squared. Now we add it up all together, and we are going to get minus 104x squared. So the coefficient of the x squared in the expansion is minus 104. Now we are done.